A round of applause for Enzo Maresca. A standing ovation for him. Everybody should cheer Enzo Maresca for the marvelous job that he did against Atalanta. That was a crime. It was a criminal offense. What he did against Atalanta. 6 defenders. Chelsea had 6 defenders in the second half. In fact, we have 4 fullbacks. 4. Malo Gusto, Reece James, and then you can say Achampong. He can also be a right back. So we have with Marco Corella. So a total of 4 fullbacks. 4 with the 2 centre backs that we had. Let me say this. I did not see any reason why Fofana was brought into that game. Fofana did not need to enter that game. He did not need to come into that game. I think the problem that we had was scoring. That was the issue that we had. Scoring goal. That was the problem that we had. It wasn't about the defense. After all, we were still leading 1-0. We were still having a clean sheet. So why was Fofana brought in? Unless if Trevor Chalobah had an issue. If that's not the case, even if you want to substitute the centre back that, in my opinion, that I feel that should have gone out, should have been Benoit Badiashile, because he was the one that was shaky at the back. And then I know one thing about Trevor Chalobah. If he have a centre back pairing that is very shaky, that will also rub off him. He will be shaky as well. So, in my opinion, Trevor Chalobah was not the option to take. He was not the centre back that should have gone off. Even if you want to bring in a centre back, which I felt it's not necessary, it's not needed at that point in the game. Then you made another substitution. You brought in and you removed Enzo Fernandez. By the way, yes, I must say it. Enzo have a shitty. In fact, the reason why we were not 2 goals up was because of how lackluster, how the kind of the loose touches that Enzo Fernandez was having. Enzo Fernandez, the loose touches that he had in those games was mad. He was too light on the ball. You can easily push him off the ball. He lost possession so many times. That was so. Even his passing, everything was poor from Enzo Fernandez. But it was a good decision removing him. But who came in place of him was my problem. Malo Gusto. Malo Gusto is not a midfielder. Please, Enzo Maresca. Malo Gusto is not a midfielder. Please, Enzo Maresca. Why do you bring him in? Bringing him in means you have killed the creativity that we needed in that match. It was there completely. Immediately, Malo Gusto came into that game. That was it. It means the only option that we have is either we'll manage, by God grace, we'll take that 1-0 home, or we'll play a draw. Or possibly this outcome that we had finally. Malo Gusto was not the option there. He was not the right option to come in. Also going forward, he substituted Pedro Neto instead of Jamie Gittens. I don't know what Enzo Maresca was smoking that day that Chelsea played against Atalanta. I don't know what he smoked before he came to that game. I don't know. Jamie Gittens was one, if not the worst player on that pitch. But he played the entirety of the game. That was shocking and alarming. Jamie Gittens. As for me, Garnacho should have come in place of him. All right. Even if Garnacho didn't come in place of him, Garnacho then came in and then he substituted Pedro Neto. I don't know why. Why not bring Estêvão? Remove Jamie Gittens and bring Estêvão. No, he didn't do that. Even in the midfield, why was Malo Gusto brought in instead of Andre Santos or Benonate? Benonate, who was in the... One of them should have come in. One midfielder should have come in. It's not as if we didn't have the option. We have the option in the bench. But Enzo Maresca, he chose otherwise. All right. We had bad luck. Fofana, he got injured. By the way, I need to say this. That goal that Scamacca scored, it was Fofana's problem. And this was Enzo Maresca's substitution. This is not me making him an escape route, making Fofana the escape route here. No. He's a good defender. I must say that. But this moment, it's all I have seen Fofana done. He have done this kind of things severally. The game against Arsenal, not quite long ago, that goal that Moreno scored against Chelsea, I think it was still the same goal. Fofana lost his marker. Moreno, he scored. The same thing, Fofana lost Scamacca. Scamacca scored. Free header, shockingly. Free header, which shouldn't have happened. All right, Fofana, he got injured. Then we need to replace him. At least, all right, because we have excess defenders, now is the time for you to, correct, rectify what balance the defense. What did he do? He brought in Tosin Adarabioyo, the man that single-handedly, destroyed Chelsea against Leeds United. Single-handedly. Tosin Adarabioyo. In fact, I was shocked to see his name on the team list. I shouldn't even see his name on the team list till January when he'll be sold. Shockingly, he was the one that came in instead of Estêvão, instead of Andre Santos. One of these two players should have come in. At least by that time, I think we were 1-1. We need to go and win the game. He brought in another defender. Why, Enzo Maresca? Why? He single-handedly, the last time that this thing happened was against Manchester United. We were recorded. He went mad and brought in fact, all the defenders that we had in the club. He substituted all of them in. So what was the reason for this one? We were 1-0 ahead. So what is the reason for bringing in these lots of defenders? What was the reason? It was shocking. Seriously. Shocking from Enzo Maresca. I didn't expect. I thought he learned something from the Manchester United game. This shows clearly that he didn't learn anything. He didn't learn anything. So the game against Everton is always a difficult game. I don't know how we are going to do against Everton because our form is so alarming. It's not just about Enzo Maresca's substitution, but the performance was poor, below par. It was too poor from every Chelsea player. It was a problem. So I don't know. The game against Everton in the weekend, I don't know what we're going to get from that game. So that's my own opinion, my own match reaction in this game that we played against Atalanta. So that's it.